I'm coming down, haters pipe down, niggas talking down, someone West got it, soda. Get your mind on your shit, but like a chair, H time, bout to go, swing wide when we look. I'm coming down, haters pipe down, niggas talking down, someone West got it, soda. Get your mind on your shit, but like a chair, H time, bout to go, swing wide when we look. Know I'm talking about, it's one West in this bitch. Meet you boots and breaking shades like nigga, who is this? 144 set apart, make room, we in this bitch. Players get chose, don't get mad, my nigga, check your bitch. Cross the line like a dentist, boy, I go off in your shit. My tribe, check a hoe, cold as Eskimo, you mind me shit. I'm UGK, so UPK, third coast, represent. So slow sliding, banging, swinging counters when I been. Hater block is on, catch me one deep behind 10. Boy, I'm shocking, rocking, bitches knocking, coming down your wind. Haters cock, blocking, Winnie's chickens, rooting behind the fence. I'm just body rocking, chucking deuce, giving that to my kin. Coming down, haters pipe down, niggas talking down. Someone West got it, soda. Get your mind on your shit, but like a chair. H time, bout to go, swing wide when we look. I'm coming down, haters pipe down, niggas talking down. Someone West got it, soda. Get your mind on your shit, but like a chair. H time, bout to go, swing wide when we look.
A hater is a pig in a pippin trying to dig in. Imagine me covered in field trying to fit in. Nigga, please, I'm royalty. Prodigal son from the streets. Over here, real G's. Eat a mic, bend the knees. Chicken steady bopping when we mopping. Blocking like they robbing. If she Bobby, Roches modest. I just might just see what's popping. It's the tank. I know Poppy. Boss hugging when I'm flossing. Brotherhood's a whipping. Touch your prince of the power. Gon' be a problem. Tribe ties. How we rocking. Kingdom coming. Ain't no stopping. Coming down like a chair, swinging no when it's dropping. Black Hispanics, Native Americans, baby boy, how we locking. One West got it, ain't gon' say no more. I'm done talking.
I'm coming down, haters pipe down, niggas talking down. Someone West got it, soda. Get your mind on your shit, but like a chair. H time, bout to go, swing wide when we look. I'm coming down, haters pipe down, niggas talking down. Someone West got it, soda. Get your mind on your shit, but like a chair. H time, bout to go, swing wide when we look.
All right. Clap it up. All right, it's Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? It is Monday, the history class. You know, we break it down line upon line, here a little, there a little, lining up external references to substantiate things that are in the Bible. All right. So we know what we got coming up. You know, we got this this so-called New Year's that they have that's about to take place on January 1st. But is that truly the new year according to the Bible? Right? And what does this man-made new year have to do with the Bible? Does it have anything to do with the Bible? Does it line up with the Bible? Or does it have pagan roots? That's what we're going to find out here today. All right. So we're going to start off. Let me go ahead and share the screen. We're going to go to the book of Leviticus and pull it up on the screen. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 23, and we're going to start at verse 4. All right. When you got it, go ahead and read it, bro.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
These are the feasts.
These are the what?
These are the feasts
Uh-huh.
of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Even holy convocations,
Mm-hmm.
which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5. And the 14th day of the first month.
In the 14th day of what month?
Of the first month.
Of the what month?
First month.
Uh-huh.
At evening is the Lord's Passover.
That is even the Lord's Passover, right? So the 14th day of the first month is the Lord's Passover. All right. So let's get a little bit more clarification on that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 16 and 1. So we can find out what this this first month is. All right. And what does it have to do with? And let's find out what month based off of the Bible, and we're going to define what this month is. All right. So go ahead and read Deuteronomy 16 and 1.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover.
Observe the month of what?
Of Abib.
That is correct. Observe the month of Abib and do what?
And keep the Passover.
All right. So the Passover is the 14th day of the first month, right? Okay. So that month, according to the Bible, is called the month of Abib. All right. So let's find out what the month of Abib actually is. All right. Pull it up on the screen for you guys. All right. Hold on. Zoom in. All right. So the word Abib, or one of its definitions, all right, which is abawar, right, means corn, to produce corn, to produce or yield corn, right? Let's pull the other definition for it. Here we go. All right. So Abiyab, right? So the month, it is the month of the ear forming of green crop, right? Of growing green Abib, month of Exodus, month of Passover, normally March or April. All right. So the first month of the year is the month of Abib, which is why we keep Passover, right? That is our new year. All right. So that is considered the first month, right? Which is what? Spring. All right. So New Year's is not in the wintertime according to the Bible. I mean, according to the earth. You understand? Everything is made anew in spring. You know, spring forward, fall back. You know what I'm saying? So everything according to the Bible, the new year or new beginning takes place in the spring. All right, which is why Passover is held during that month. All right. Now, let's get some context. All right. Let's go to and just to give you some context, now we're gonna find out if the Native Americans are in fact the children of Israel. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull that, go to that that excerpt. It's that highlighted page in what I sent you. You got it?
Okay.
All right, I'm about to pull it up on the screen for him. Give me 1 second. All right. Go ahead. Start where it says until 70 years.
This is the history of the the American Indians. Page 80.
Mm-hmm.
Till the 70-year captivity commenced, according to Dr. Products.
Yes.
606 years before the Christian era. The Israelites had only numeral names.
They had only what names?
Numeral names for the solar and lunar months, except
that's Abiyab.
Select that again.
Abiyab,
which
is the month of Abib in Hebrew. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and Ha'af Bayam.
And Ha'af Bayam.
Mm-hmm.
The former
signifies.
I got lost. Salaki. Signifies a green ear of corn,
mm-hmm.
and the latter robust or valiant, and by the first name the Indians as the
expletive
term their Passover, which the traditional people called
which the trading people.
Oh, so like the trading people called the green corn dance.
All right. So the green corn festival that the Native Americans have every year during the month of April and March coincides with the month of Abe. It follows a lunar cycle, right? Which further lets you know that the Native Americans, you understand, are the true children of Israel, right? Because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true children of Israel. And they kept their customs, right? Because they know that the real new year takes place when things become anew in the spring. All right, keep reading. All right, no sweat. All right, so I'm until you put it, I'm gonna read along. All right, so it says, as the Israelites were a sensual people and generally understood nothing but the shadow or literal part of the law, so the Indians closely imitate them, minding only the traditional part, which promised them a delicious land flowing with milk and honey. The two Jewish months just mentioned are unequivocal Abib, or their present Nisan. So Nisan is what the Yiddish people call the month of Abib or Abiyah. Was the seventh of the civil and the first of the ecclesiastical year, answering to our March in April and the theme, which began a civil war, was the seventh of that ecclesiastical, the same of our September and October. And the Indians named the various seasons of the year for planting or for ripening of fruit. The green-eared moon is the most beloved or sacred, just like Passover. Passover is the most sacred. It is the highest of high all holy days. Same thing, just like the Native Americans, because they are the children of Israel. All right. So the green-eared moon is the most beloved, the most sacred, when the first fruits become sanctified by being annually offered up, and from the period they count their beloved or holy things. All right. So that's just a small fact, right? Wanted to bring that out just so you know the Native Americans also kept Passover, right? That was also the day that they were massacred, that the first Thanksgiving took place, right? Because the Thanksgiving was about the genocide of Native Americans, of 700 Native Americans to be specific, on their green corn festival. You understand? All right. Now, let's go to, all right. All right, so let's pick up, let's go to the origins of Janus. All right. So I want you to pull, let me see what page I want you to pull so we can get some context. I'll pull it up on the screen for them. Go to the one that starts off with the ancient origins of New Year's. When you got it, let me know when you got it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me pull it up on the screen for him. Boom. Hold on. Pull it up on the screen. On the screen. There we go. All right. Go ahead.
All right. This is the website ancientorigins.net.
Mm-hmm.
The ancient or origins of New Year's celebration On the 1st January every year, many countries around the world celebrate the beginning of a new year.
The beginning of a what?
Of a new year.
All right, and we've already established, according to the Bible, that that is not the beginning of a new year. How can you celebrate a new year when everything is dead? There's nothing new. You understand?
Right.
So there has to be some other reason why they deem January 1st the new year. All right, keep reading.
Okay. But there is nothing new about New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, festivals and celebrations marking the beginning of the calendar have been around for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
While some festivals were simply a chance to drink and be merry, many other New Year celebrations were linked to arga. How you pronounce that word, sir?
We're linked to astronomical.
No, the other one. Oh, that's something else. I guess I did it right. But astronomical events.
Talking about linked to agricultural and astronomical.
Okay, I did. Events in Egypt, for instance.
The events where?
In Egypt.
All right. So this goes all the way back to Egypt. All right. So actually further goes all the way back to Babylon, and we're gonna get into it. Keep reading.
For instance, the year began with the annual flooding of the Nile, which coincide with the rising of the star
Sirius.
Mm-hmm. The
Phoenicians.
Yeah, Phoenician,
which are Canaanites.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Persians
mm-hmm.
begin their new year with the spring equinox.
With the what equinox?
The spring equinox. The Greeks celebrated it on the winter solstice.
Winter solstice.
Yeah, solstice. The first day of the Chinese New Year, meanwhile, occurred with the second moon after the winter
solstice. All right. So the one thing that you can verify is that this coincides with the Canaanites, which are the Africans, the Persians, which are the Arabs, and the Greeks, and the Chinese. All right. So, and all of these things coincide with the winter solstice. It has nothing to do with the new year, right? So we're gonna get into some more of it. All right. All right. Go to the next slide.
Would I be scrolling?
Well, I'll tell you the next one to go to. Go to the one that says
one that got Babylon in it.
Yeah, the one the celebration of Aku in Babylon.
Okay. The earliest recorded New Year's festivity dates back some 4,000 years to ancient Babylon and was deeply intertwined with religion and mythology.
Mm-hmm.
For the Babylonians of ancient
Mesopotamia,
the first New Year, the new moon, following the vernal equinox, the day in late March with an equal amount of sunlight and darkness, herald the start of a new year and represented the rebirth of the natural world.
Of the what world?
Natural world.
You understand? So in the Babylonian Empire, the winter solstice represented the rebirth of the natural world. This world had nothing to do with the Most High God. All right, keep reading.
With the natural world. They marked the occasion with massive religion festival called Akitu, derived from the
Sumerian
Sumerian
Sumerian word.
for
Barley.
barley, Slacky, which was cut in the spring, that involved a different ritual on each of its 11 days.
Mm-hmm.
During the Kiku statues of the gods were prepared, prepared, right?
Yes.
Through the city streets, and rites were enacted to symbolize their victory over the forces of chaos. Through these rituals, the Babylonians believed the world was symbolical, cleansed, and recreated by the gods in preparation for the new year and the return of spring.
All right. So this has nothing to do with this has nothing to do with the new year. You understand? It has everything to do with the rebirth of the natural world, right? So for them, their new year is a sacrifice of the natural world, so they can prepare to give sacrifices to the gods of spring. You understand? So they would make sacrifices later on. They later on they would make sacrifices down. They would make sacrifices here and now to sacrifice the natural world. You understand? So basically, they would be offering up the entire world as an offering before they submitted themselves to the gods of spring. You understand? Each month had their own god, their own deity that they prayed to. All right. All right. So hold on. We're gonna go to the next slide. Hold on. Let's see. All right. So go to the one that started as a part of his reform.
As a part of when we started at the top, right?
No. Hold on. That's actually that's behind one. Hold on. Gregorian calendar. Hold on. No, go to the one that has news at the top and it says Happy New Year.
Romans believed that the month of January was added to the calendar by Numa.
Mm-hmm.
The association between Janus and the calendar were cemented by the construction of 12 altars, one for each month of the year.
All right. So remember what I said, right? So each month of the year had its own god. All right. And January was the month of Janus. All right. It is the two-faced God. You know what I'm saying? And this was established by the Roman Empire. All right. The New Year's that you celebrate today has to do with the Greco-Roman Empire. All right. Go ahead.
Can you read it, sir?
Mm-hmm.
The 12 altars, one for each month of the year, in Janus temple, in the formula no or form
Of a holotarium.
Hoboterium, the vegetable market.
All right. So the reason why the Temple of Janus was set as a holotarium or a vegetable market, because January basically is a sacrifice to the coming of spring, right? So you would come, make an offering unto Janus so that you would have a good yield for the spring to come, right? All right, keep reading.
The vegetable market, the poet Marshall, Marshall
Marshall
thus described Janus as the progenitor and father of the years.
All right. So Janus is the progenitor and the god of the year. All right. So we're going to go to the next slide, the one that says from 153 BC onward.
You said the one that says what, sir?
It says news at the top, but then it says from 153 BC onward.
1 6.
It has news at the top, just like the last slide had.
It's 153 BC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From 153 BC onward, the consul, the chief magistrates
Of the Republic.
Salaki, took office on the first day of January, which the Romans called the Calends.
Mm-hmm.
The new consults offered prayers to Janus and
To
priests.
who?
Janus.
To who?
Janus.
Mm-hmm. Keep reading.
And priests dedicated spilt mixed with salt in a traditional barley cake known as the what's this, sir?
Known as the annual
To the god. Romans describe New Year's gifts
distributed.
It's like it. Romans distributed New Year's gifts of dates, figs, and honeys to their friends in the hopes that the year ahead would turn out to be sweet as well as coin.
All right. So this is the beginning of the idea of making a New Year's resolution, and also the reason why they give gifts during December and January, right? So Christmas has ties to Babylon, right? The New Year that we celebrate also is it started in Babylon. The Persians and the Medes picked it up. Then the Egyptians, all right. Then the Greeks conquered Egypt, and the Persians took on their culture. So then the Greeks adopted it, and out of the Greco Empire came the Romans. Okay, so the idea of having cakes, you know what I'm saying, in sweets or some type of you know how what at New Year's, one of the things they have black-eyed peas, right? So black-eyed peas are supposed to symbolize a penny, right? So, and the penny is to bring forth good tithings into the new year, right? This idea dates all the way back to the Roman Empire, right? So the giving of sweets, you understand, getting drunk, you know what I'm saying, popping bottles, you know, and all these little feasts and party favors they have during New Year's is all about bringing tithings and offerings unto Janus. All right, keep reading.
A sign of hope for prosperity. Janus assumed a key role in all Roman public sacrifices, receiving incense and wine first before other deities was because as the doorkeeper of the heavens.
The doorkeepers of the what?
Of the heavens. Janus was the route through which one received the
which
other
one
gods.
Reached.
Oh, so like it reached the other god. Even Jupiter himself.
All right. So I'm gonna put something up on the screen. Hold on. So you can get a better idea of what he's talking about. So at the beginning of the class, I showed this figure. All right. So Janus is known as the two-faced god, right? The two faces represents looking back in the past and also looking forward to the future. As you can look, the face to the left has a frown on it. You know what I'm saying? and it has like darkness is shrouded, right? That's represents the past, and it represents winter, the end of the year, right? And then the face to the right, you understand, it has a pleasant look up on it for hope of good tithing and goodwill to come in the future and marching on to the rest of the year. All right. So that's shedding light on what he was reading. All right. All right, go ahead. Keep reading.
I feel like I went to look at the pictures as well, sir.
No sweat.
The text on agriculture, written by Cato the Elder, describes how offerings would be made to Janus, Jupiter, and Juno as part of the pre-harvest sacrifice to ensure a good crop.
All right. So when you're celebrating New Year, you're making a sacrifice, right? For a good harvest or a good crop, basically good tithings for the new year. All right. Let's see, let's go to the next slide. Hold on, I'm pulling it up on the screen for him. All right. The God of doors, that's the one you're gonna read, the one that says the God of doors. All right, the God of doors in transition, the history of ancient Roman god Janus. Now we're gonna really get into it now.
Okay. In ancient Roman religion and mythology, Janus was the god of the gates and doors.
All right, which is why he has two faces, right? He's the gate to the past and the gate to the future. All right, keep reading.
See, the ancient Romans had a specific god held the key.
Who held the key?
Yeah, who held the key. So to speak to the metaphorical doors or gateways between what was and what is to come,
Mm-hmm.
the liminal
Yes.
space of transitioning out of one period of time and into something new.
Mm-hmm.
At Anderson Locke, we're kind of obsessed with all things related to doors and keys. In this post, we're unlocking the myth surrounding Janus, the Roman god of the doors. Of doors.
All right. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the next one. All right, so I want you to read who is Janice.
Who is Janus? It seems like the ancient Romans had a god or goddess for everything. Poseidon, god of the sea, Venus, god of love and beauty, and Apollo, god of the sun, just to name a few. Other well-known Roman gods include Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Mars, Neptune, um,
Orcus.
Orcus, Ceres,
Mm-hmm.
Juno, Luna, Diana, and Vesta. And there's a Jan there, and then there's Janus,
Janus.
Janus,
Yes.
a lesser known god, but arguably one of the most important. In Roman mythology, Janus was the god of doors, gates, and transitions. Janus represented the middle ground between both concrete and abstract dualities, such as life, death, beginning, end, youth, adulthood, rural, urban, war, peace, and bar, barbar, bar,
barbarianism.
yeah, barbarianism.
Barbarianism.
Yeah, barbarianism and civilization.
All right, pause right there. All right. So the god Janus, all right, is representation of the beginning and the end, right? So the reason why you hold it in January, which is the month that's named and attributed to Janus, also to Jupiter, all right, is because he's the door, right? So the door is at death, life and death, right? So what would that have to be? That would have to be January, which is in the dead of winter, the dead of winter solstice, right? So that marks the end. So he has to be there. The head of Janus has to be there. That is the end of the head. That is the backside. That's the picture that I showed you guys. This picture right here. All right. So that marks the beginning and the end. That marks life and death. Right. That marks the good tidings. Right. That marks the beginning and the end, youth and adulthood. That marks rural and urban. As you can see, it's two different faces. It marks war and peace. And the two faces also mark barbarianism and civilization. All right. All right. So keep reading.
Janus was known as the initiator of human life transformation between stages of life and shifts from one historical era to another.
Mm-hmm.
Ancient Romans believed Janus ruled over life events such as weddings, birth, and deaths.
So this is why at the new year you make a resolution saying, so when you make a New Year's resolution, you're basically telling Janice, I hope that I have a good year. Janice, if you could, let me get married this year. Janice, if you could, make me wealthy this year. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you make a New Year's resolution, you understand? Because I don't see what's the difference between the person you were in December and the person you were in January. It ain't much. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's going to make you change is the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? All right. So now let's get to the scripture. All right. Give me in the Apocrypha, give me Ecclesiastes 18 and 30. Let me go there with you.
Ready? I know you're ready, sir.
Hold on, let me get there. Ecclesiastes 18 and 30. All right, go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 18, verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
Go not after thy lust.
Do what?
Go not after thy lust.
Do what?
Go not after thy lust.
Uh-huh.
But refrain thyself from thy appetite.
So what normally takes place on New Year's Day? What normally takes place? Sis? Right. Debauchery. You know what I'm saying? Fornication, drunkenness, you know what I'm saying? Lewd behavior. What you got? Well, yeah, the mistletoe. Yeah, you're right. The mistletoe goes. They do that from December all the way to January, right? And what that symbolizes is, you know, you kiss somebody in the mistletoe. That's hope that in the new year that you have a relationship, right? Which is the most stupidest thing ever in life. All right. But the scripture says, "Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetite." Everything that is appealing and everything that is delicious ain't necessarily good for you. Candy tastes sweet, but it destroys your teeth. You understand? Keep reading. 31.
31. If thou givest thy soul the desire that pleased her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that, so I'm scrolling up, marling thee,
That malign thee.
malign thee.
You understand? If you give yourself over to your sin and your desires, right? You don't want to be in the truth, and a picture circulates of you smoking weed. You're going to be a laughing stock to our enemies. You understand? And you're going to get kicked out of school. You understand? You don't want pictures of you twerking with your head wrap on, you understand, and your modest dress on. You're going to become a laughing stock to our enemy. And you're going to get checked. You understand? You don't want to get caught out here drunk out your mind, passed out on the side of the street, you know what I'm saying, and you in your camp garment. You know what I'm saying? And you drunk on the side of 6th Street, or you drunk on the side of Bourbon Street, or you drunk on the side of the street in Vegas, and pictures start circulating. Oh, I thought these are supposed to be priests of the Lord. You're going to make us a laughing stock to our enemies. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 32. Taking our pleasure in much good cheer.
You understand? Anything that is too much good cheer, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? And what it's talking about? It's talking about drinking. If you drink too much, you're going to sin, right? Which is why the scripture says to be sober, be vigilant, because your enemy, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeing who he can devour. Now, being sober and vigilant is not saying that you can't drink, but know your limitations. You know what I'm saying? You can get nice. That's cool. Anybody say you can't have a good time, but you don't have to get drunk to have a good time. You understand? Keep reading.
Neither be tied to the experience, to the expense thereof.
You know what I'm saying? And it says, neither be tied to the expense thereof. You understand? Like, it's all good drinking until the next morning when you praying to the porcelain god. You know what I'm saying? You was out celebrating with Janice, the New Year god. Then you wake up in the morning and Janice got you praying to the porcelain god, throwing up your guts in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to take on that experience. You understand? That's why it says too much cheer is not a good thing. You understand? Keep reading. Verse 33.
Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing.
You know what I'm saying? What you know what that means? What does that mean? Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing. What does that mean? Go ahead. Okay. All right. So think about a banquet. What goes on at a banquet?
Feast.
It's a feast, right? So New Year's is a feast, right? So let's think about, okay, you had a New Year's Eve party, right? All your partners got sections, right? How are you made a beggar at banqueting? Yeah, that exactly, right? That's exactly how you made a beggar at banqueting. You going from table to table, like, hey man, man, y'all cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little bit of y'all Ciroc. You go to the next table, hey man, should let me pour some of y'all Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Do not become a beggar at banqueting. That is what the spirit of Janus is going to make you become. Because it's nothing about the Lord. It is about destroying you. It has nothing to do with the Lord, but everything to do with debauchery, just like Bacchanalia, which is Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? Debauchery and drunkenness. All right? Keep reading.
Upon borrowing when thou hast nothing in thy purse.
You know what I'm saying? You don't got a dime to go to the bar to buy your own drink. So you hopping from section to section, pretending like you partying with them, like you came with them, just so you can get a meager morsel of a beverage. So you can so the turn up can stay real. Keep reading.
For thou shalt lie in wait for thy own life and be talked on.
You understand? So you gonna get so drunk, you understand? You're gonna be lied out, passed out, you know what I'm saying? In lieu of your own life, and everybody that walks by you, you're gonna get talked on, you're gonna get talked about. Like the Bible literally tells you not to get drunk. You're gonna become a laughing stock. People gonna be taking pictures of you. You know what I'm saying? You in college, they're gonna draw stuff on your face. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take inappropriate pictures of you, gonna put a wig on you. You know what I'm saying? Dress you up like a woman. You understand? Anything to embarrass you. Do not become an embarrassment to the school. You understand? All right, give me let's go to Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, chapter 14, verse 5. You understand? Because what the one thing that you don't want to do, man, you don't want to cause evil or do evil unto yourself. You understand? Let's see. Ecclesiastes 14 started verse 5.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 14, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
You know what I'm saying? If you being a drunk and pissing on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because you have no control not only of yourself but of your bowels. How is that person gonna be good to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? You treat others like you treat yourself. You destroy yourself. What you gonna do to others? You're gonna destroy them too. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna want them to get drunk just like you, be toe up just like you, be throwing up, praying to the porcelain god just like you, just so y'all can all remember, man, that was a crazy night. Remember that night? Remember that night we got so wasted? We had that hangover. We was throwing up all the next day. There's nothing cool about that.
All right.
Nothing. Keep reading.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. There is none worse than he that envied himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness.
This is a recompense of what?
Of his
You know what I'm
wickedness.
saying? Because he has no remorse of the evil that he's done. He doesn't care that he was drunk. He looking for the next party, the next weekend, so he can do it all over again. Keep reading. Verse 8.
Verse 8. The envious man that had a wicked eye, he turned away his face and despised men.
Mm-hmm. Keep reading.
Verse 9. A covetous man's eye will not satisfy with
is not satisfied.
It is not satisfied with his portion,
Mm-hmm.
and the iniquity of the wickedness dried up his soul.
You understand? So that means nothing that you will do will be able to satisfy the quench of your wickedness. You understand? If you want to get a drink, it ain't gonna be. You want to try every drink up in there. You want to try Hennessy. You want to try Casamigos. You want to try Ciroc. You want to try Seagrams. You understand? You want to try Bombay Sapphire. You want to try everything. You understand? Until your body and your liver is destroyed. You understand? Like if you become a whoremonger, you want to try and hit every woman that you can that night to destroy them to bring into the new year. If you a whore, it's the same thing. You understand? There will be no quench to your wickedness. Keep reading.
Verse 10. A wicked eye envied his bread, and
a wicked eye envieth his bread.
Right. A wicked eye envied his bread, and he is a nagard.
A nagard.
Nagard at his table.
Exactly. I think that's self-explanatory. You understand? A wicked eye that envied his bread, and he is a nigga at the table. A nagard. You understand? That's self-explanatory. Keep reading.
Verse 11. My son, according to thy ability to do good.
No.
It's like it. My son, according to thy ability, do good. So
you understand? Like, have some self-control, man. You understand? Right. If you gonna go out, you understand, go out with the idea, I'm gonna have a good time, I'm gonna have a couple of drinks, I'm gonna go home. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta bring the sun up. You understand? You don't gotta, if they got a bottle of Casamigos at the section, you don't gotta drink the whole bottle of Casamigos. Right. You understand? Do good unto thyself. Because nobody wants to pray to the porcelain God in the morning. Nobody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your liver will thank you, your abs will thank you, and your throat will thank you. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 12.
Keep reading. That ain't the end of that verse. Do good unto thyself.
Like you. And give the Lord his due offerings.
You know what I'm saying? And that ain't a New Year's resolution on January 1st. Keep reading. Verse 12.
Verse 12. Remember that death will not be long in coming, and that the covenant of the grave is not shewed unto thee.
You understand? And that part right there, when it says, and death will not be long in coming, hell, you get drunk New Year's night, it sure as hell won't be long in coming. You understand? Because one thing you're going to do, you're going to kill somebody in a car accident. You understand? Because you're not going to be sober-minded enough to think, hey, I'm going to take an Uber home. Like, nah, man, I'm straight, bro. I'm straight, man. I'm just around the corner. You understand? And you drive in a ditch, or you drive in oncoming traffic and you kill somebody. You understand? You kill a family on the way home, or God forbid you drive into somebody's house. You understand? Like, death won't be long away from you. You understand? You out there shooting fireworks shooting guns in the air. You understand? You driving home, get hit by a stray bullet. You understand? They come through the roof of your car. You understand? This is why you should not be partaking in any of these festivals. Or hell, you be out there with a fool that don't know how to hold a gun. You understand? Want to hold a shotgun with one hand. You understand? And blow his wife away, or blow the kids away. You understand? Because he want to be cool and shoot guns in the air. Remember, bullets got to come down. You understand? All right, give me where I want to go next. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 19:1. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you're going to avoid the trap of New Year's. All right? I'm going to go there with you. Ecclesiastes, we're going to go to 19. We're going to start at verse 1. We got to go ahead and read it.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 19, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
A laboring man a laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich.
So the first part. So you didn't work this whole month to get your end of year bonus at your job, right? You understand? If you go to New Year's, 9 times you want to be the flyest nigga at New Year's. So you're gonna get a nice fit, right? That fit gonna run you about $250, $300. You understand? Then you're gonna want to buy a section because you want to look cool. You want to be away from everybody. It's gonna be another what, $500? You know what I'm saying? Minimum. Because the average bottle in the club is $250, $300. And at New Year's, they're going to have a 2-bottle minimum. So that's $500. You know what I'm saying? For the cheapest bottle. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then you want your girl to look nice if you bringing a girl with you. You understand? So you're going to have her draped up and dripped out. So you done spent your whole end of year bonus. You done spent $1,000 on one night. You understand? A working man, you understand, giving away to drunkenness shall never be rich. Instead of taking that bonus and paying down some debt. Instead of taking that bonus, go ahead. Man pleasing. You know what I'm saying? If you getting money to impress men, you a homosexual. You understand? If you getting money to stunt and shine on men, so it can be like, ooh, that brother Cole right there, you a Rod Smith. You understand? You living in a homoerotic fantasy. If you want to go to a section and stand on tables, get the poof, the confetti with the lights and the girls dance so all the niggas can look at you, brother. You got some other things that you need to worry about, brother. You know what I'm saying? You are a different type of deviant. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 2. It's like, yeah, I think it was more on 4-1. Not be rich, and he that contempted
Committed.
small
I'm
things,
sorry. He that contamineth.
contaminated small things, shall fall by little and little.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't be a good steward over small things like $1,000 bonus at your job, you just gonna keep falling. You understand? Like if you can't be a good steward and take the money that the Lord has blessed you with to take care of your household, to take care of your wife, to take care of your children, but to stunt for like when I said, for some niggas that don't even care about you, niggas that you probably never gonna see again. You understand? Like it's gonna be a wrap for you. You understand? Keep reading. Verse 2.
Verse 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away.
Wine and women. You understand? If you out here getting drunk, you understand, to make somebody a wife for the night, you understand, you're gonna fall away from the truth, man. Because that woman is going to make you forsake the truth. That wine is going to make you forget the truth, which is why you're gonna lie down and make that woman your wife for the night. You understand? Keep reading.
Of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent.
Impudent. You understand? Does anybody know what that word impudent means? What does impudent mean? Impudent. Anybody? What does impudent mean? Go ahead. Right. You understand? You will become a debaucherous whoremonger of whores. You understand? You have no respect for yourself, so you don't have no respect for a woman that's your sister. You understand? You're going to humble her. You're going to try and humble her in the worst way, in a very lewd and deviant manner. You understand? Because you're drunk. You understand? Wine and over excessive wine or over excessive strong drink will make you forget the truth. You understand? Which is why you're supposed to surround yourself with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? You go out with brothers and sisters in the truth, they'll tell you, hey, you know what I'm saying, that's your last one. Hey sis, well maybe you didn't had enough. Sis, go home to your husband. Hey, that ain't the one. that ain't the one you want to make the one. That ain't it. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 4. He that is hasty to give credit to like-minded,
No, no,
like
no, 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 no. Verse 3,
oh, so like verse 3. Moths and worms shall have him to heritage, and
moths and worms. What is that? What is how, if moths and worms make you their heritage? What does that mean? If moths and worms make you their heritage, there you go. You're dead. You understand? You are dead inside. You understand? And you gonna die. You laying down with every woman that you see, you gonna get an STD, you gonna die. You understand? If you laying down with every brother that you see, you gonna get an STD, you gonna die. You understand? You dead inside. You have no morality. You have no character. You understand? You don't got no gumption about you. You understand? Keep reading. Moss and worms will make you their heritage. Read.
And a bold man shall be taken away.
You understand? And when you out and look, and just like in that Outcast song, you'll be in the club. Who want to mess with Hollywood Code? You understand? You know what I'm saying? You out here trying to fight, brawl, and what's gonna happen? You being a bold man, you gonna go to jail. You understand? I'm trying to save you from what's gonna happen if you go to New Year's. If you go to this New Year's celebration, you understand? You're gonna get drunk. You understand? You're gonna pass out. You're gonna embarrass yourself. You're gonna piss on yourself. People gonna take pictures of you. You know what I'm saying? Compromising pictures of you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go get drunk. You understand? And you're gonna make a woman that you don't got no business being with your wife for the night. God forbid you make a mistake that hurts you for the next 18 years of your life. Right. One night of pleasure give you a lifetime of pain. They go on both sides, brothers and sisters. You understand? Like too much cheer will destroy you. You understand? You gotta have self-control, man. There's nothing wrong with going out and having a good time. But this specific night you going out and having a good time, it don't got nothing to do with the Lord. So the purpose is to destroy you. And you gotta know that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's out there got a demonic spirit on them. You understand? It's all about the turn up, drunkenness, lewdness, lasciviousness, and debauchery. That's what it's all about. That's what all these pagan festivals and holidays are about. Yo, I thought you were about to say something. No sweat. All right, keep reading.
Come on.
Verse 4.
Okay. He that is hasty to give credit to a like-minded, and he that sinneth shall offer against
Shall offend.
shall offend against his own soul.
So what does that mean? He that is hasty to give credit is like-minded. What does that mean? If you are hasty to give credit, you are like-minded. Light, like not heavy, light-minded. If you hasty to give credit, you light-minded. Is it? But are we hasty to give credit? You're not hasty to give credit in UPK at all. Yeah, we not hasty to give credit at all. I'm gonna give you one more try. Somebody else. What does it mean to be hasty to give credit? Makes you like-minded. Well, that's the light-minded side, but the hasty to give credit. No, a what man? A yes man. All right. A yes man is somebody that's hasty to give credit. You know what I'm saying? Everything that somebody do, oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, spark that up, light that up, snort that, shoot that. Shots. You understand? Anybody that's hasty to give credit is like-minded, is a fool. If you see somebody, first off, been drinking tequila, and they coming around with Hennessy shots, might not be like, hey, bro, you just had like 4 shots of tequila, bro. You sure you want to take that shot of Hennessy, bro? Right. I mean, you shouldn't be hasty to give credit to anything. You understand? You shouldn't be hasty to say anything is cool. You understand? Like, or if anybody say, man, well, let's do this. My first mind is no. But instead of saying no, I say we'll see. You understand? Like when my partners ask to do something like, nah, bro, I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? I'll get back to you. Let me do some research on the matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, that's lying. Let's do it, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go 5150 head first. The dumb way. You understand? You don't want to be that way. You understand? You don't want to be light-minded. You don't want to be a fool. Because if you're hasty to give anything credit without thinking, you're going to make a foolish mistake. Right? All right. Keep reading.
Verse 5. Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resisted pleasure crowded in his life.
He that resisted pleasure crowneth his life. All right. So whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned. I guarantee you, if you go to a New Year's Eve celebration, you're gonna get drunk. You get drunk, you gonna make somebody your wife that's not your wife. You're gonna lay with a man that's not your husband. Guaranteed. You understand? You risk the risk of being outside when they busting shots in the air, becoming an innocent bystander, being outside by stray bullets. You understand? Like you making yourself a risk to fall victim to wickedness. Keep reading.
Shall be condemned, but that is, but he that resisted pleasure crowned his life.
You understand? If you're not so quick every time they bring a round of drinks, you understand, to take a shot, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be good to drive home. You understand? If you're not always so hasty, you know what I'm saying? If all of your partners then bought sections to be around here hopping from section to section, you know what I'm saying, being a beggar at a banquet, you understand? You're not gonna pass out. You're not gonna piss yourself. You're not gonna embarrass yourself. You understand? Don't be so quick, you understand, to turn up. And furthermore, what you turning up for? You understand? What is there to celebrate? There's nothing to celebrate. You understand? There's nothing about Janice that is of God. There's nothing to celebrate. What have you done to celebrate? You just blew your entire end of year bonus on one night. What is there to celebrate? Keep reading. Verse 6.
Verse 6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife, and he that hated babbling shall have less evil.
And that's another thing. When you get drunk, what's the first thing that happens when you start drinking? You start talking crazy. You get loud. You get obnoxious. Oh, man, you know you my dog. You know what I'm saying? You my partner. You know what I'm saying? All your words got long endings. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? You become annoying. You become obnoxious. Your breath probably stank. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You start freestyling in the club and your partner ear getting on his nerves. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that you Jigga, that you Jay-Z, that you Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? You got all the hottest bars. And then you start saying things that probably if you were in your right mind, you probably wouldn't say. You understand? You get that liquid courage. You know what I'm saying? You start talking mannish. You know what I'm saying? You start talking forward. You understand? Or a dude bump you when normally when you're in your right mind, you probably let it go because you're not in your right mind. Hey, bro, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? You step on your shoes, you want to kill him. You understand? Because the tongue is a double-edged sword. There's life and death in the tongue. You'll write a check that your butt can't cash. You understand? You call a nigga hands, he go to the trunk on you. You know what I'm saying? And you dancing with death with two left feet. You understand? All right, keep reading.
Okay. Verse 7. Rehearse,
Rehearse.
yeah, rehearse not until another that which is told unto thee.
What does that mean? Rehearse not unto another what was told unto you. Gossiping. Don't be a talebearer. You understand? That's what you're going to do at the New Year's Eve party. Oh, you see that girl right there? Girl, let me tell you about her. You understand? And the more and more drinks you get, the looser and looser your lips get. You know what I'm saying? What's the old saying? Loose lips sink ships. You understand? Things that are told to you in confidence are not things to be uttered in public. You understand? You gotta have some decorum, some discretion about you. You understand? But the only way that you're going to be chased is by being sober-minded. Again, there's nothing wrong with having a drink. You understand? But know your limits. You understand? And hell, you know, the more and more drunk you get, your partners come around and you like that blunt up. Hey, they passing shots around, you know, you done got messed up. Hey, bro, hit this. You'll be like, yeah, man. Then you done hit the weed. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what they got it laced with. You know what I'm saying? If it's a primo, they got something sprinkled in there. You understand? Now your mind gone. Your mind messed up for the rest of your life. You understand? Because you wasn't sober and vigilant enough to A, turn down a drink to stop you from getting drunk. And then because now you drunk and you open to receiving, you hit a blunt one time. It'll ruin your mind and make you crazy for the rest of your life. You understand? People be dipping blunts in everything and wet, bombing fluid, you know what I'm saying? Sprinkling crack or cocaine in there, you know what I'm saying? Lacing it with PCP, and you be gone or strung out for the rest of your life. You understand? Because you embrace one demon, it's going to bring 7 others that's stronger than itself to overtake you. The first demon is alcohol, liquor. Because when you go to a liquor store, it say wine and what? Spirits. You understand? Liquor is a spirit. Because when you partake of this familiar spirit, mine's tequila. You understand? It puts you in a certain type of mood that you're used to. You understand? And the more and more you get in this mood, the more and more you get outside of your rational mindset. And you get in the mindset of this spirit that's flowing through you. And then you possess. The full possession is drunkenness. You understand? You become lewd. You become obnoxious. You understand? You become forward. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 8.
No, finish reading the rest of 6. Well, just read all 6 again.
Okay. He that you said verse 6?
I'm sorry, read the rest of verse 7.
Okay. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fare never the worst.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. Whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of another man's lives.
Lives. You understand? Like when somebody asks me, like when somebody asks you about somebody else's business, what they got going on, hey bro, shit, it's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Hey bro, you saw that that thing that such and such did? Like, hey bro, I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite people, one of my favorite people as far as personality that I love is Dame Dash, man. Dame Dash is hilarious. But whenever you ask Dame Dash, you know what I'm saying, about other men, he's like, why are we in here talking about other men? You understand? Like men get off about talking about other men and what other men are doing. Let's talk about what you doing, what you got going on. Let's talk about what I got going on. How can we help one another? That man you talking about ain't benefiting you. He ain't even thinking about you. But your mind is so caught up on another man. That's what we was just talking about. If you getting money to impress another man, you a homosexual. You understand? You should be earning for your family. You should be earning for the next generation. If you hustling for yourself, you selfish. Everything that you should do should be for another. That's why we give tithes. That's why the first 10th of your paycheck before you pay for anything else goes to the Lord, because those alms go to your brothers and your sisters that cannot provide for themselves. I go for mothers that can't afford for formula and pampers for their babies, for brothers that need help providing a roof over their family head, for families that need help putting food on the table. If you hustling for yourself, you selfish. You understand? You will never be wealthy if everything that you do is for yourself. Never. You understand? Because you getting all this for what? You understand? Nobody wants to go on vacation alone. Right? You want someone to experience and share this moment with. You understand? Nobody wants to live in a mansion by themselves. That bed get cold at night, especially in the wintertime. You need a warm body to warm you up. The house is lonely when you don't hear laughter of children running through it. You understand? You know, I mean, your woman may get on your nerves, but when that house quiet and you don't hear nobody calling your name, it get lonely. Keep reading.
Whether it be friend or foe, talk not of another man's lives, and if thou canst without offense, reveal them not.
You understand? If somebody asks you about, I mean, you may know the information they asking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk about something else. Like, hey, bro, you heard how such and such messed up? Nah, bro. But shoot, you know what I'm saying? I heard about, you know what I'm saying, how he helped his son get a scholarship, though. I think that was live. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you know what I'm saying? I heard how he helped his wife get out of debt. Shoot, that was live. You know what I'm saying? I heard how she closed this huge real estate deal that allowed her to get some land for her family. That was live. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody try and bring negativity towards somebody, speak light. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna shut that down immediately. But well, man, I don't want to talk about that. Well, I don't want to talk about what you talking about. I don't know nothing about what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? And why you trying to throw shade on this brother? What's your motive? Why you and this is what you should really ask yourself. Why do they feel okay coming to you to talk about it? See, because if you really real, ain't nobody gonna come to you and talk to you about gossip, because they're not gonna feel comfortable doing it. So if they feel comfortable coming to talk to you about gossip, what does that say about you? That you a gossiping. You know what I'm saying? You a talebearer. You know what I'm saying? I thought you wanted to add something, Yashar. You know what I'm saying? No sweat. Keep reading. It's all good. Verse 9.
Verse 9. For he heard and observed thee, and when time cometh, he will hate thee.
You know what I'm saying? Because best believe when you gossip on somebody, word gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? And in the words of Jay Prince, bad news gonna beat you home. You understand? Like, you don't want to be that dude. You step into the spot, turn the corner, and a nigga sneak you because you've been gossiping, you've been speaking on his name that you don't got no business talking on. You understand? Because the words that come out of your mouth can get you killed. You understand? You can't take certain things back that you utter out your mouth. You understand? You talking to the wrong people can get somebody a life and death sentence. Get somebody set up on a RICO case. Get somebody sent to prison for 30 years. You understand what I'm saying? Be careful what you uttering because it might come back to you. And that boomerang, when it hits you, it might hit you in the head and knock you out. You understand? You throw it with minimal effort, but when it come back, that boomerang, whew, it's like trying to shoot a rubber band and it miss your finger and smack you back in the face. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That ain't fun. It don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading. Verse 10.
Verse 10. If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee.
You know what I'm saying? And if somebody do try and gossip something with you or give you some inside information, let it die with you. So I'm going to tell you something. Brothers, if you were ever privileged to sit in on a major council, what goes on in that major council can never be uttered. You understand? Ever. And if what goes on in that major council is found out and said to someone else, they're going to ask, where did you get that information from? Because it's only a certain amount of people that know that information. They're going to find out. And you will be punished for it. You understand? It's just like a lawyer. You understand? It's lawyer-client privilege. Everything that you say to me, by law, I can't tell anyone else. So as a lawyer, if you tell me, bro, I just killed this nigga, I can't tell nobody else. You understand? Until we figure out the whole matter, you understand? And we deal with it. And even when we deal with it, I still can't tell anybody. Let it die with you. If someone comes to you and confide in you something they're going through, that's not for you to use against them. That's not for you to hold over their head and hold it against them. It should die right there with you. That demon that they trying to get up off of them that you help exercise, let it die right there. And you should think no lesser or greater than that person. You understand what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Thou hast heard the word, let it die with thee, and be bold, it will not burst. Verse 11. A fool travailed with a word. Travaileth with a word as a woman in labor of child.
You understand? What does that mean? A fool travaileth with the word like a woman in labor with a child. How do labor pains feel? They feel good? You know what I'm saying? That's like a secret to a fool. It pains them to keep the secret. Like, ooh, brother, I want to tell you so bad. And it's people like that. Like, bro, I got something I want to tell you, bro, but I can't tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's killing them inside. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to tell you without telling you. You understand? Because they shouldn't be like, I got something to tell you, but I can't. Because what that's going to do? Man, what happened? And when you keep asking, man, well, since you twisted my arm, man, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You know what I'm saying? A word to a fool is like a woman in labor. it pains them to keep a secret. So if you know somebody's a fool, why would you tell them a secret? You understand? Loose lips sink ships. Keep reading.
Verse 11. A fool travaileth with a word
12.
Okay. 12. Verse 12. As an arrow that sticketh in a man's thigh, so is a word within a fool's belly.
You understand? So a word to a fool is like an arrow that sticks in a man's thigh. You understand? It's going to kill them not to tell someone something. And then them telling someone is going to literally kill them. Because I don't like you speak on any man's life and any man's business. It's not your business and it's personal. They gonna come see you. Same thing with a woman. And it ain't gonna be good. It's not. Ain't no good outcome on you speaking on another man or another woman's life. You know what I'm saying? This is law that you should keep for life. Shut up. Keep your mouth closed. If somebody come to you in confidence for counsel, let it die there. You understand? If somebody come to you, girl, you heard this? Hell no, I ain't heard that. Who you heard it from? Let's get to the bottom of the matter. Who you heard it from? Who told you? Why you coming over here and telling me? Have you the person that you asked me about? Did you ask that person? Is it true? Because if you go and ask that person if it's true, they're gonna ask you, well, who told you that information? You understand? That's the type of brother or sister you should be. You understand? If somebody comes to you talking to you about someone else, hey, I don't want to hear that. Hey, sis, I want to hear that. If you got an issue, go talk to that person. Matthew 18:15. If that person is transgress you or trespass you, go to him and him alone. Oh, that ain't something that happened to you one-on-one, so why you coming to me with hearsay? So you don't even know you going off of what somebody said. You hadn't talked to both parties. You hadn't gotten to the bottom of the matter. So why we talking? You understand? Don't allow somebody to think it's cool to talk to you about other people. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go to what was that? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. See what verse I want to start at. Wisdom of Solomon. Let's see. Let's see my business here. Let's start. All right, let's start at verse 7. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, verse 1. Let's start at verse 7.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
For the Spirit of the Lord filled the world, and that which containeth all things had knowledge of the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid.
You understand? So the Lord has filled the world with good things. To wake up in the morning is a good thing. So if it's sunlight outside and a storm cloud come, you're going to notice it immediately, right? Because everything the Lord has made is good. And if it's a bright day outside and a big shade in the sky come, and you start hearing thundering, you're going to be like, what is that? You're going to notice it immediately. You understand? So it's the same thing in your life. If everything is going good and somebody come to your door with some BS, it can't hide. Because today been a good day and you come to me with this BS to sour or sully my day. Unrighteousness cannot hide in the truth. When you are in the truth, unrighteousness sticks out like a sore thumb. Wickedness sticks out like a sore thumb. Like seeing a speck of bacon on a salad. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the truth, you get yourself like, what's that? What's that brown stuff on the salad? What's that right there? Okay, yeah. It's gonna stick out like shrimp on a po' boy. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. Verse 8. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things, when it punisheth, pass by him.
You understand? So you're not gonna get away with vengeance because the Lord said, "Vengeance is mine." You understand? Don't turn evil for evil. You understand? It's not gonna turn out well for you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try and work out your own matter and make matters worse. All right, keep reading.
Come. Verse 9. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly.
For what?
For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly.
See what I'm saying? If somebody tell you something and then you tell what somebody told you, and that person run back and go tell that person, who told you that? They're gonna get to the bottom of the matter. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna come see you. You know what I'm saying? They might knock you in the dirt. God forbid. Keep reading.
Come. And the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things.
It do what?
Heareth all things.
You understand? Not only be careful who you tell, but be careful who's around when you tell something. It's okay if you talking to a brother or sister in confidence, but be careful who's in earshot. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful who looking in your mouth when you talking. Keep reading.
Come, sir. And the noise of murmurings is not hid.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. Therefore, beware of murmuring,
which
is unprofitable.
Which is what?
Unprofitable.
There's nothing profitable about gossip. You know what I'm saying? How does it help you talking about somebody's shoes? You know what I'm saying? How does it help you talking about the tethered rags or clothes that someone has on? You know what I'm saying? Girl, you see what such and such have on? Yeah, I do. Why don't you help her? You got clothes sitting on the floor in your closet. Why don't you give her some of your old clothes? Since you talking about what she got on, look at what you got on. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing profitable about murmuring. And if someone comes to you, turn that murmur up on them. You understand? If they come to you talking about someone, why are you talking to me about this person? Do you have a problem with this person? Have you talked to this person? Have you brought this matter to their attention? Because I don't have anything to do with it. So why do you think that what do I have to profit by you telling me this information? Why do you feel okay with telling me this information? Keep reading.
Come. And refrain your tongue from backbiting.
From repeating what you heard. Keep reading.
Come. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul.
You understand? You're going to kill somebody spreading rumors. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 12. Seek not death in the error of your life.
Do what?
Seek not death in the error of your life.
What does that mean?
I was just going to ask you, sir.
What does that mean to seek not death in the error of your life? Let's tie it to New Year's. Go ahead.
Just
what's an error that would happen at New Year's that you would do? What is an error? Sis? But what is an error that would take place that you would do during New Year's? Okay, what's a sin? Give me a sin. Okay, So, all right. So, what the error that she gave an example of is drunkenness. How can getting drunk cause you your life? Okay, that's an extreme measure, but definitely, yeah, he come home. Right. You see, this it's two in your dome. It's a double tap. I mean, let's if you get drunk, what can immediately cause you your life? It's not hard. It's a state law about it.
Drunk driving.
Drunk driving. Okay. Okay. That's an error that can cost you your life. All right. You partaking in debauchery and laying with a woman and not getting to know that woman before you lay with her, it could cost you your life. That could be another man's wife. You could go to her crib and that'd be a whole you walking in there taking off your clothes, you neglecting seeing the pictures on the wall. Her and another nigga. You know what I'm saying? They probably got into an argument, so they went to separate parties. And he coming home. And he see your trail of clothes leading to the bedroom. Y'all both gonna die. You understand? You uttering someone else's business can cost you your life. You understand? So don't make an error that's going to cost you your life. You going to the New Year's Eve party is definitely an error that will cost you your life. It'll cost you your health. Hell, with Omarion around here stinging boys, you know what I'm saying, that Omicron, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk going to a New Year's Eve party with Omicron out here. You asking for it. So I guarantee you is somebody there that got it and is feeling bad and was like, you got me messed up. I'm not going to miss this New Year's Eve party. I guarantee it. That error going to cost you your life or a portion of your life. You're going to be down for 2 weeks. Getting better. You understand? It ain't worth it. You understand? You going out on New Year's Eve, they shooting in the air, or somebody have a missed shot or a misfire, instead of shooting in the air, shoot straight, you get maimed. That's an error that can cost you your life. It ain't worth it. Don't make an error that'll cost you your life. Keep reading.
Come, sir. And pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands.
You understand? Everything that will destroy you is a choice that you make. You understand? You having problems in your life, look at the person in the mirror. You blame that person. Right. It's your fault. Your man whooping your behind, you chosen. You understand? Your woman sleeping around on you, you chosen. You understand? You got a nagging wife, you chosen. You understand? You got a man that's constantly stepping on you, beating on you, you chosen. You know what I'm saying? You got a job that treats you like crap, you applied for it. You understand? Life is about choices. Everything that you're going through right now is directly applicable to the choices that you have made. Now, granted, from 1 to about 18, I ain't gonna say 18. 17, I'll give it to you. That ain't your fault. 18 on, it's your fault. In certain cases, matter of fact, I'm gonna say 16. Because certain decisions that you make when you're 16, you out of there for your life. Go ahead.
It's like, sir, but even still to your decisions you made in your past life, you know what I'm saying, that you don't even know nothing about, you paying for right now, the mistakes you made back then.
Facts. Don't think you're getting away just because ain't nobody found out about it. The Lord know. The Lord know what you're doing. The Lord knows who you are when nobody's around, when nobody's looking. You understand? When you in your room, when you in your apartment. You understand? When you in the bathroom, when you in these back alleys. You understand? When you in your car. You understand? The things you doing in the dark. The Lord knows. You're not gonna get away. Ever. Because you wanna know why? Because you can't lie to yourself. You know the things that you've done. Because when you're doing, you immediately feel guilty for them. And that guilt, that's the Lord. You understand? That's a tally marked against you. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you got that look of disgust, like what did I just do? Why did I just lie? Why did I just lie with this person? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Why am I here? Choices. Keep reading.
Another one come. Verse 13. For God made not death.
He did what?
For God made not death.
Mm-hmm.
Neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living.
You understand? Like, you're supposed to live a life eternally and more abundantly. You understand? Like, Lord don't take pleasure in you getting cancer. He don't take pleasure in your limbs getting hacked off because you got diabetes. You understand? He doesn't take pleasure in watching you die slow. You understand? Because you got hypertension and high blood pressure. The Lord don't take pleasure in seeing you get beat on. You understand? Because you made a wrong decision and you get beat to death by your husband one day. You understand? The Lord don't take pleasure in domestic violence. It's not what he made this life for. You understand? He doesn't take pleasure in seeing black on black crime. He doesn't take pleasure in that. But there has to be consequences for your choices. You understand? For every blessing, there's a curse. You understand? So for every choice, right or wrong, there is an opposite and equal reaction for it. There is a recourse for every choice that you make, positive or negative. Now, here's the thing. Positive and negativity ain't necessarily a bad thing, because the negative thing that happens to you can be a positive to get you on the right track. That's what it's for. That's what punishment is for. That's what chastising is for. Evil can be good. How? How can evil be good? Let's say, for instance, someone gets caught molesting a child. How do you stop someone from molesting a child? With evil. So they don't ever molest a child ever again. You understand? You catch someone trying to murder your son. How do you stop that person from murdering your son? You protect your son. It's going to cost that person's life. It's going to be evil for them, but it's going to be good for your son. You understand what I'm saying? But the Lord does not take pleasure in destroying you. But there's a recourse for every choice that you make, and you have to know that. If you go to New Year's, you risk catching the coronavirus. If you go to New Year's, you risk driving home drunk, killing someone, or possibly killing yourself. Or on a lighter note, totaling your car. Now you don't have a way to get to and from work, or to pick your kids up from school, or to take them to daycare, or they got football, or whatever they got going on. You understand? You lay down with a woman, you mistakenly don't put on a rubber. Now you got a baby mama.
A little mushroom growing.
And right. And a bun growing in the oven. that you didn't plan on. You don't know nothing about her. You don't know her background. You don't know her beliefs. You understand? Same thing on the sister side. You lay down with a brother, he knock you up. You can't get in contact with him ever again. You'll never see him again. Now you stuck raising a child by yourself. You understand? Don't let these errors cost you your life. It's not worth it. Keep reading.
Come, sir. Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For he created all things.
For he did what?
For he created all things
Mm-hmm.
that they might have their being.
Mm-hmm.
And the generations of the world were healthful, and there is no poison of destruction in them,
Mm-hmm.
nor the kingdom of death upon the earth.
You understand? If everybody doing right, ain't no reason for nobody to die. You understand? Like the way you're supposed to die, you're literally supposed to draw up your feet and go to sleep with your father. That's how you're supposed to die. You're supposed to transition. That's how you're supposed to die. You're not supposed to die a violent death. But that's common. You understand? Niggas getting killed by the police, that's common. Niggas killing each other, that's common. Like, you don't even cringe at the thought of hearing another black man dying at the hand of another black man. You don't cringe at another Hispanic man dying at the hand of another Hispanic man. You don't cringe. You don't even bat an eye. You see another man gun, you see another brother or sister gunned down by a cop, you just scrolling through the TV. You don't even stop. It's just another day in the hood. You understand? That's not how the Lord intended it. You hearing grandma died by cancer or diabetes, like that's normal. It's not normal. You understand? You see your cousin and have his face slump because he done had a stroke. You don't think nothing of it because you think that's normal. It's not normal. You're not supposed to live like this. But you're living like this directly applicable to the choices that you make. You are in hell because you've built your own cell.
Dang.
The prison that you're in, you built your own cell. You built your own 6x9, your own stainless steel toilet with no cover. You understand? Your own bug ridden cot. You understand? And your own concrete floors with a metal bar window. You built it. And each choice you make, that cell gets smaller and smaller till you feel like you in solitary confinement and you want to kill yourself. Do not let your errors cost you your life. Keep reading.
Going out of one kind. Verse 15. For righteousness is immortal.
Righteousness is what?
Immortal.
Keep reading.
Verse 16. But ungodly men with their works and words called it to them. For when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it.
You understand? Righteousness will save your life. So on December 31st, on this so-called New Year's Eve, choose righteousness and do not allow the errors to cost you your life. And with that, we're going to say Amajium, which means to stand. All right, Sar, which means to turn, face to east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodah, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malawaka, Saba'ah, Ratazayaka, Ayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kowab, Ayah, Bashamayim, Natolanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak Noah, Kabawak Noah, Kasalak Noah, Kabawak Noah, Wala'ab, Kabi'ai Noah, Badasai 1, Abal, Awashai Noah, Mayan, Rai, Kayab, Lakub, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, La'awalumium, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, turn your face to front. Go give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters, individual. By Shabbat. Baji. Ra. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua Brakatah. Dr. Matai. Sar, turn your face to sisters, individual. By Shabbat. Baji. Ra. Yahweh Shamar God by Hashem Yahushua. Dr. Matai. Dismiss.